Take your time and do it right. We're on this earth for a few decades. I think the life expectancy now is between 70 and 80. Maybe it's like mid 80s. I don't really know. I'm 21, so either way I got a lot of life to live, and I'm sure that you guys do too. But we got to take our time, man. We got to relax, and when we do things, we have to make sure that we do them right. If you do anything, if you do a service for somebody, or if you're working and you just half-ass it, why? Why half-ass something when you can provide a service or do something that is of a much higher quality than if you just get through it? You get through it in a crappy half-ass manner. If you take your time, you'll only have to do things once, and you won't have to come back and redo them, and it's not going to be demoralizing when certain things break or things don't go our way, because we know that if we take our time, well, things aren't going to break as often. People aren't going to have to need us to fix things, and it's just not worth it. When we take our time and we provide quality product at the end of the day, we are able to gain the respect of people way more quickly, and people tend to have more respect for others when they take their time and they do things right, because you don't want to call people back to do the same job over and over and over again, because that's more money out of your pocket, and it's just not worth it. We live in a world where people take less pride in their work than they originally used to, and that's upsetting to me, because I grew up with the mindset of, you take pride in your work, you do things the best that you can, and people will see that, people will respect us, and you should be happy showing off the work that you've done, because you know that it's the best work that you can do. This goes with everything. It goes with school, 100%. I know a lot of you are probably in school right now and realizing that, I can just get through my homework immediately and it's gonna be okay because I'm gonna be fine. It's graded on completion. Are you really grasping those topics though? Are you getting anything out of that? I mean, honestly, are you? I doubt you are. And you should be happy showing off the work that you've done, because you know that it's the best work that you can do. This goes with everything. It goes with school, 100%. I know a lot of you are probably in school right now and realizing that, I can just get through my homework immediately and it's gonna be okay because I'm gonna be fine. It's graded on completion. Are you really grasping those topics though? Are you getting anything out of that? I mean, honestly, are you? I doubt you are. When we rush through things, we tend to make more mistakes, and with mistakes comes more time that we just don't have to give. We just don't have the time of day to sit here and realize that, hey, I can go back to this thing 4, 5, 6, 7 times. It's draining. It is so draining to have to do the same work over and over again because you didn't do it right the first time. It's no fun. People realize that maybe you're not as skilled as you think that you are, or cutting corners shows your true personality, and it shows where your heart is. If you're somebody that cuts corners all over the place, you're probably not a stable and reliable person. And that's a tough pill to swallow, because I'm sitting here and I'm realizing that for a long time in my life, I cut a lot of corners. I cut less corners now, because I'm realizing just how detrimental that is. Not just to, other people if I'm providing a service or doing something for somebody, or if I'm in school, but it also hurts myself and it hurts my personal growth. It shows people the negative side of who I am, just as it shows the negative side of you when you guys cut corners. It's a harsh reality, And it's a reality that not a lot of people want to come to terms with. But it's something that needs to be said, it's something that needs to be done, and, well, nothing's going to change if you don't confront it. You got to realize that you're doing something wrong before you can start fixing it. When we rush through things, we fail to see the beauty in much of the world, much of the process. You know, the journey is half the trip. Well, why are you rushing through the journey? What do you get out of rushing through it? You really don't get as much as you'd think. It makes victory and it makes finishing a project less sweet if you just rush through it, because you realize that you probably could have done a better job. I know that for me, looking back in my college experience, my first 2 years, I really, I didn't cut corners, but I just didn't try as hard as I should have. And I'm realizing that I probably could have been doing a lot better in school than I am right now. And that's not to say that I'm like, I'm some bum. No, I would like to think that I'm pretty intelligent, especially in my major of engineering. But being able to look back and reflect and to see that, yeah, I could have worked harder, I don't want that to just be an empty phrase. If I think that I could have worked harder, then why don't I work harder now? And the next thing that I do, why don't I work a little bit harder so then I don't need to look back and think, oh, I wish I did a little bit more. All right? It's a stressful way to live, to look back and living a life full of what ifs. I don't want to live like that. I really don't. I doubt that you guys want to live like that either. Just don't rush. Don't rush things. Things will happen. People are gonna see that. If you've ever worked a job, let's say in the restaurant industry, you might have been told that the public eye is always watching, or that somebody is always watching. So if you cut a corner, people are gonna see that, and most definitely they will. When you provide somebody with something, that is a hell of a lot more different than people forgetting you tripping up the stairs in the subway. I made a previous video talking about how nobody cares and that life goes on. When it comes to providing a service or doing something for somebody or being reliable, it's not necessarily the case. Sometimes people do remember. I'm sure that you remember a time where you were given shitty service at a restaurant. That sticks with you. I'm sure that you forget the last time somebody tripped in front of you. They're two totally different things. In everything that you do, take your time. All right? This life is not a sprint. There's a lot of time to do the right thing, and there's a lot of time to do things the right way. People see that. You get a lot of respect from people when you do it the right way, and you take your time. That's really all I got for you guys today. I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.